think it'll focus in right on that right there. Pretty cool, right? Kind of sets maybe the theme. We're a little bit ahead of schedule, but that's because I gotta go grab my coffee. Gotta get rid of that. Look at that right there, huh? I don't know. Kind of looks like it sets the theme a little bit. I'm gonna try and semi-stay out of the scene. I don't know if that's possible. My arm is probably in the way. I have no idea. Let's see. Unlock. Library. My videos. COVID and coffee. There we go. Redneck drag build 1.5. Whoa!
That's like super weird. It's kind of weird.
What the heck is that ad? Yeah, I don't know. I think I'm gonna skip whatever that ad was. Whatever that ad was. Hey, it actually looks like the stream is better. Hey, it actually looks like... Not as good. Let me see if I can pull this in here. New England Dragway. That's one of my old stickers. My mother actually has original stickers, which I wish I could get off of her because I don't think she wants them. But that's where I used to go when I was a kid. That's when my mother used to race. That's when my cousin used to race. I don't know if he's still gonna race anymore. I think he's done. I almost feel like he's done, but we're just gonna do it. I mean, you can see what's going on here. All right, so I'll start this off right, kind of, sort of, if I can. Trying to... Whoa! Can't have it zoomed in like that. That's wrong. Is it fixed yet? Hey, look at that! Nice! That way you're not, like, just jammed, like, at a nostril or something. So, good morning, everybody, and welcome to COVID and Coffee, episode 13. Lucky number 13. And it's a continuation of, I think, a series. I'm going to do a series on trying to redneck, I guess, fabricate or create a drag car out of a Red Cat Racing Tornado EXP or EPX, or I think it's EXP Pro or whatever it was. I think all that meant was maybe that it had a brushless system or something like that. Maybe it came in brushed. I have no idea. I didn't really do the research. Years ago, I saw the car, and I was just like, hey, I want that. So, yeah. Anyways, so, hey, look at that. We got coffee coming. We got coffee coming. Thank you very much. Look at that. Now, see, some people don't call that coffee, but I do. There's steam. It's, like, ultra hot. It's got some froth on there. Well, we'll start it off right like I usually do. We're going to go into the comments, and we're going to see who was first. So we're going to see who was first based upon... It's almost like a drag race, isn't it, when you think about it? Now, I've got a couple of ideas rolling around in my head that I think, at least for me, it's going to be fun. Maybe it'll be fun for you guys. Maybe it'll inspire you to do something, or who knows? Maybe it will... I don't know. It's just some thoughts in my head. So let's see who was first. Chuck Hall. Chuck Hall was first at 9:40 a.m. Probably right when I clicked it. Good morning, Chuck. I'm not sure if you're still here. We got James George, Chuck Hall again. James George, Chuck Hall. Looks like they were racing, man. They were like battling it out down the lanes. Talking about how they're not crazy about the Spectrum radio or something like that. We've got Justin O'Neill, Michael Dyke, and then who won the race right at 10? Kevin RC Marino. What is going on, guy? We got Build It, Break It, Fix It is here. Good afternoon, everybody. Right, because it's not always It's not always good morning. It's sometimes good afternoon. It's sometimes good night. We got RC Sick is here. James Beeman. Earl Moorhead. If you're not first, you're last. You know it. That's right. In a drag race, that's how it rolls. Literally. That's how it, rolls. Kurt's RC. Did I say that already? I don't know. Uh-oh. Chuck Hall's getting messages retracted. What? Off your... I'll say it this way. Off your butt, on your feet, payday only comes once a week. Right. Yeah, I'll let that go. Just we're trying to like keep this, this has got to be a good channel, something that people will, advertisers will be happy with, especially Black Rifle Coffee Company right there. Nothing wrong with them. Let's see. Voodoo Trucking is here. What is going on? Shaking out the cobwebs. You know it. Sebastian DMBC Doai. Bonjour. Oh, bonjour. So is that bonjour? Is that French? French? See, I can ask my source through the window here. She's my source. My source of like relative information. Kevin Marino shaking down. Oh, you're shaking down a new Limitless. Nice. You're gonna have vids later. Awesome, man. Hey, Kevin, are you gonna like maybe take like a little mini clip and throw it on the Facebook guy? Come on, tease us, get us ripping out there, get us wanting to go fast, because that's where I'm starting to want to go. Let's see. Sergeant J is here, right? French. I wasn't positive. I kind of had a feeling it was, but it's always better to check with someone that knows more than I do, and that's everybody. Been there, done that, can't remember, but isn't that was a good way to start it off, right? Kind of seems appropriate for I guess what I'm intending on doing. It's funny. Oh, it is straight. I was thinking it was backwards, but that's, I think, only if I use the other camera. Isn't that strange, huh? Using this camera, things come out like wording is straight, but if I use the other camera, I think everything is backwards. I have no idea why that is. But I have always loved, well, the original sticker. I liked the original, but I have always loved this right here. I was kind of born into it, if you think about it. My mother was racing at New England Dragway when I was in my single digits. From what I remember, I absolutely loved it. I remember being in the stands. It was awesome. Guy, you just got your first. Creighton. And oh my gosh, it's a right. Now, that's a 6S Creighton, right? RC Sick. Drag racing the other day with a funny car. 2.2 on 3S. Kevin, I'm telling you, man. Go throw those links. You're a part of the RC Guy Garage Facebook. Throw some links on that guy. I want to see what's going on, man. Or just post them up. Post them up right to the. You know what to do. So when are you getting a primal traction? Stimulus check, baby. Stimulus. You got other things to do too, though. You know what I mean? I don't just live for this. I got a bunch of cars that I got to work on in my driveway. So I got to work on every car in my driveway except for my wife's. And then even then, her car, it's just maintenance. She's going to need tires soon. Obviously, brakes are next. We already did all the service minders because it does service minders. So I do videos like, on that when I am RC, What's Up Guy Garage, not RC Guy Garage. But when I am that other person, What's Up Guy Garage, I do those things and put out those videos, like that super awesome tub drain mishap findings. What's in your, what do I call it? What's behind or what's in your walls, floors, and ceilings, or something like that. I had to reword it because YouTube kind of got mad at me. I didn't like that. I don't like how they can just basically tell you what to do. And they're not really telling you what to do, but even the way I worded it, I thought it was appropriate. I worded it a specific way, and apparently the way I worded it, they were not going to monetize it. And of course I want it monetized. Anybody that's going to watch that, I mean, they're going to see Black Rifle Coffee. They're going to see whatever the heck that other ad was. Don't be afraid to click on those. They got the manscaping. They've got, what else have they got on there? They've had a few good ads. They even had a drone ad, which I thought was pretty appropriate. Now if Losi was smart, now see here's one of my buddies right here with his vet. I don't know if you can see that. He teases me all the time. But who else is here? 20 people. Yanko. So yes, I've got. So first on the order of how things should be, it's got to be my daughter's truck. We're gonna do a video on her changing her oil. She's gonna do it all herself. Do a quick little video on that, just so that kids that are around her age or whatever can maybe feel confident that it's something that you can do. And granted, every time I do a video that's any kind of automotive or kind of anything, any video I do, there should be a disclaimer. Don't do as I do. It's just whatever. But she's gonna do the oil and filter on her truck, and then what we're gonna do is we're gonna tackle her front bumper, because her front bumper probably isn't gonna pass inspection here, because the only thing that's left on the front driver's side corner is the chrome. So the actual bumper, the actual steel behind the bumper is kind of gone. And then in order for her truck to stay safe in an impact, granted it's the perfect time to do stuff like this, because everybody's got time. So I'll figure we'll show her and I do a video, like I say, a quick little video on a 2004 Ford Ranger replacing the front bumper, sourcing the parts. Very easy to source the parts. I think it was I think the bumper was like $80 or something like that. Pretty cheap. And it'll bring that level of safety back to her truck for when she eventually starts driving it again, which who knows when that'll be. So it's definitely works out for a lot of vehicles. I mean, a lot of vehicles are not getting mileage anymore, and obviously we know it's also helping the planet, which is crazy, which is good, and you kind of all know that, but it's still crazy to think about. So after that, we'll probably address, it's kind of be a toss-up between Big Black and my Camaro. So the Camaro, that's a bunch of issues in with itself, because over the years, just things just getting old, so once you start taking off like fenders and inner skirts and inner wheel wells, you start to see that, man, even though this thing doesn't get driven in New England weather, just weather itself eventually gets to your car, especially an older car like that, where when it rains on it and it gets into the they're not really weather stripping channels, because there's no weather stripping, but where the glass pocket, where the glass actually sits in the pocket of those cars, they've got little clips that obviously hold the trim. They also have clips that attach to it's not really the firewall, it's the upper cowl panel, but it's the lower panel. So I think it's actually part of the dashboard, believe it or not, because the way the dashboard is installed in those cars, obviously the glass is out, and the dash actually overlaps that lower or under cowl piece to that firewall. And those little clips, because they're either going to be riveted in or screwed in, or however it's done, eventually rust gets to that if it's not sealed properly. And I discovered a couple of little rust areas that if I don't take care of it now, it will become even more of a problem than it is right now, and it's important to get it squared away now. So we'll be basically just addressing a couple of things with the Camaro, then we'll work on Big Black. I'll throw on, Big Black's bed is almost a lost cause because, again, New England weather or New England winters have definitely been having their way with my truck for quite a while, and it's got rot, you know, typical of these Fords anyway. Around the wheel wells, it doesn't. I don't care where you are, they rot. If you're in Texas, it probably just takes a little bit longer to rot, but it's the way they design the wheel wells where they pinch the inner, I guess, the inner wheel well with the actual with the quarter panel or the bed side. So where they, you know, pinch weld it, they put a they put a sound deadening material in between when they pinch weld it. Well, the problem with that is the stuff is like a sponge, and just regular driving through puddles and stuff like that, the sponge wicks up some water and it kind of stays there and rots out the panels. So, and salt doesn't help either. But anyways, Big Black's been getting attacked by New England for quite some time, and got to do some auto body repair on that. And then we got the Beetle. Got the Beetle. Also, and we got the Trans Am too. So it's like a whole bunch of just stuff. But anyway, that has nothing to do with RC stuff. What we're here for today is talking about my bug right here. That thing right there. That I've kind of, I guess, decided to turn it into the redneck DragBug, I guess. I'm going to push it as far as it can go. Some of the mods that I do to it, I got to be careful with the sticker. I don't want to wreck this sticker. But, so, you know, some of the mods that I'm going to do to it are point blank going to be what I consider redneck mods. It's just literally using what you've got, getting it done, and just ripping it. Just taking something like that for me and the type of driving that I do, it has no value and has no purpose for how I drive or want to drive now. But then now that I'm deciding that I want to go fast and do some drag racing, I felt that this was probably a pretty good starting platform, or should I say let's call it a donation platform. So I'm basically donating this car to the cause. And you can see we already got some skinny minis on here. And I bet no one out there knows exactly what these are. I bet no one does. And if you do, wow, that's actually pretty cool. We are going to, again, like I said, this is a redneck build, so some of the stuff that I'm going to do to this thing, I do not recommend wholeheartedly. I mean, if you do this to your car, you will break it. But I've got to test it out. I've got to mock things up. I got to see, like, is this actually going to work? And then I'll do that series of progression and just keep moving forward. So I'm going to just jump into the comments just to see if anybody's even talking to me while I'm monologuing. You got me monologuing here. All right, so it doesn't look like anybody's talking to me. Which is a good thing. Which is a good thing. Right, Voodoo Trucking. The 9. Easy Pay. Right, James Beeman. The Camaro. You know what's funny too? Years ago, doing internet searches for cars for sale, you had to type in the way you spelled it, and you could actually find other Camaros because people didn't know how to spell Camaro. And what's funny is that for some reason, those searches would not come up. When you spelled Camaro the right way, those other cars that were, not spelled the right way wouldn't come up in the searches, which was crazy. So I would actually have it as a pasted thing. I could just punch in or drag it right into the thing and be able to find, those Camaros. Well, James, you know, as far as a 69 being better than the vet, it depends upon what you're doing. I definitely wouldn't mind ripping a vet like that. It's a C7. It's a pretty car too. The kid driving it knows how to drive too, that's a plus. He's got a 87 Mustang too, I think. That's supercharged. So Kevin Marino actually just put up some couple of either videos or links on the RC Guy Garage page if you guys want to go check that out. If you're not part of the group, just, you know, ask to join. There's a few questions that you got to answer, and obviously we have rules to the group just to keep it, you know, keep it level, keep it, you know, that family friendly so that everybody can enjoy it. Oh, RC sick. You're talking about the 8S Creighton. Deeper Reaper. Why is Hybrid uploading videos and not jumping on this channel and saying what's up? Or more ahead. Front Traxxas funny car wheels, I believe. Half asleep. You'll wake up soon. So I've actually got, right now, I've got some unmodified ones in my hands right now. So these are unmodified wheels. Unmodified meaning, look at the size of the hole. You look at the size of the hole, you look at the type of wheel it is. Now, the only negative about these particular wheels is the fact that for what they're designed for, they're not exactly, how do I say it? Not exactly straight. And these are actually new too. So that one's actually not too bad. This one actually isn't bad at all. But then we've got, I think this one was the one that I noticed that had the issue the most. Whoop. Can you see that? So obviously that is going to be an issue. But what I can do is I can put it on my drill. So I've got my drill out here, okay? So what I had to do is I had to drill out the centers of the wheels. So I don't know if anybody knows what the wheels are now. Slot car wheels, maybe? No. These are pretty good size. These pretty much, so here's the stock Red Cat Racing Tornado wheel. These wheels pretty much fit like, they're almost like the size of the inner part of the tire. See what I'm saying? I know somebody's got to know what these tires are. Hi, baby. You look nice. My sexy baby. What are you cutting? Oh. Anyways. Let's see. Mets RC, what's going on, guys? Massive run out, right? All right, so for what these wheels are, is these are actually airplane wheels. So that's why these didn't really matter that, you know, they're not really round. So what I can do is I can actually put them on my drill and then spin the drill or put the drill like in a, put the device, put it on obviously on high speed. That's, well, find high speed. And then just take some sandpaper and just put it on a block and just very carefully bring it in until it gets to that point of where it will start, and at least the section that needs to be needs to be taken down. So I'll end up doing that. But these are just landing gear wheels. So you'd put these on the wire, the pre-bent wires, or if you made your own landing gear, you put these on the wire with those little collar clamps, and a clamp on the inside, clamp on the outside. That's why these wheels really didn't matter. But that's why I'm saying is I'm making this. It's redneck. It's literally stuff that I've got on hand to try to turn this into something that I can use to give me a kickoff or a start to drag racing. And I feel possibly modifying something first. It'll take longer. It's definitely be easier to just go ahead and get like a DR10 or get a kit or something that's designed for that. But then you're also talking about extra money that I don't know, maybe you just don't have quite yet. So it's funny, people always looking at me. But I figured they would work. If you look at it the way it's set up right now, I mean, you want to talk about ground clearance on this thing? The ground clearance is pretty much, I don't know, maybe like a 2/3 of the, I want to say rubber, but 2/3 of the foam is pretty much what our front ground clearance is. So there's really no air getting under there. Well, I mean, there is, but there you go. So we've kind of got our, front wheels on here. And then obviously the next thing to do is, again, like when I say this is a redneck build, I mean it. The stuff that I'm going to do not do it. I definitely don't recommend doing it. You taking off? Bye, honey. I love you. I keep bumping your head with my hat. I'm sorry.
I didn't feel it.
Have a good time. She's going for a walk in the state forest with one of our daughters. She lives nearby, so it's pretty cool. Crack 3 DRC. That's, yeah, dude. Oops. What'd you say? You're not gonna take Colby?
No, it's just too much.
Okay. COVID-19 RC build. I like it. No, right, yeah, no budget build, kind of a no budget build. It's just taking what I've got and just make it work. Somehow make it work. It could be an epic failure. Some of the stuff I'm gonna do, I mean, I am going to mount these the correct way, but I wanna try it. I want to try the mock-up first before I take it that far. And when you see the mock-up, I'm really not kidding about how I'm doing this. People are going to be like, that'll never work. But I'll tell you right now, guess what? Yes, it will. It's definitely going to work. That actually looks pretty cool like that. But anyways, all right. So, like I said, put a tape measure. I had to wave to her. Panic buying up, right? People are panic buying RCs. There's nothing left. Yeah, you got people like Earl buying up all the 20 million. Guy, no one else can have any now because of you. Earl's like, yeah, there were 3 left, so I just bought them all. And he like just boom. Earl, you left no 20 million for anybody else. Oh my God. Barbecue. Tom Tisms. D.O. What's going on, man? Who else did I miss here? Right. I like that comment that Crack 3 DRC. I like the comment that you said. That's kind of perfect for this. Kyosho Mini Z crawlers. Chuck Hall, what did you order? 4 different summits I had saved for later. Ended up listing over the last few days. Oh. Right. No problem, Tom. You putting it up to the cameraman. Right. Makes, well, I mean, my hand's there. You know what I mean? Somebody wanted me to put a tape measure. What? You want me to give you a tape measure? What? From center to center? Is that what you're talking about? Yeah, you left all the earplugs for the diff silicone? For yeah, gee, thanks, guy. The dragster. I'm gonna go drag a tape measure out here real quick, just so like if anybody wants to know some measurements that it kind of already has, you know, it's probably just like a tool that I don't have out here right now. I'll be right back. All right, I got my tape measure. I got my spoke thing here. Got my caliper. And then also, I know you guys probably didn't see this, but I think I've got the appropriate shirt for the deal, right? It's got to be inappropriate, right? Now that's a good shirt. Tom Tisms, you just bought a red cat? Did your first run and posted it yesterday? Pulled an epic Earl Tom Tism? What is that? A flip over? What'd you get yelled at? Street runner that's made of Tamaya Blitzer chassis, low C team associates. See, that's great. When you can just literally just make something work, you know? All right, so I think somebody asked, I think somebody was asking, like what the wheelbase was. So center to center, the wheelbase on this particular little thing right here, going exactly center. We are looking at, and I can give it to you in inches here, exactly 10 3/4 inches center to center. The I think the other car that TT, the Hyper TT, I think that was like a 1/4 inch shorter or something like that. I can't remember whether it was a 1/4 inch shorter or longer. I don't remember. What I do know is that it must be shorter. So it actually fit this bug body better. But, so kind of just, I guess, to give you some ideas of what I wanted to do with this, I guess I better start kind of showing you, like, what my plans are. if you're interested. And I don't know, did anybody notice? No wind chimes today. They are here, but there's no wind. Today would be an absolutely perfect flying day. So I'll probably end up taking that Turbo Timber, the UMAX Turbo Timber out and giving that thing some rips today too. All right, so I'm just gonna bring the camera down here so you can see what's going on. So we've got to do a couple of things. So I want to be able to actually take off, you know, the whole body, and that's actually really easy to do. It is literally just, I gotta take this pin out, take the 2 wing pins off, pull the wing off. This is a real tight hole, and I liked the fact that it's a push-on, which is nice. I did that on purpose just to kind of keep things, you know, tighter than I guess what's normally there. Then it was literally just peeling off the hull. So I did a cutout that basically fit to the best of its ability, or my ability in a cutout, to fit snugly over this back section of the wing right here. Should be having this sticker displayed, shouldn't we? I think we should. Leave it like right here. That's a display piece right there. So what my thoughts were on this thing here, which, see, this is stuff you're not supposed to do. Can't believe I did that. So you're not supposed to leave your ZOP pop pack in your car. So this is one of my ZOP void packs. This thing was damaged, I think 5/19. So yeah, this is one of my ZOP pop packs. And I still use it. You know, I mean, look at it. Look how wrinkled it is. So once they puff, right? What I have found, once these things puff, you take a knife and you stab them, and then it releases the air, and then you're good to go. Just kidding. Don't do that. It's a bad idea. But this is one of my ZOP pop packs. This is my 2S. And it still works, you know. I don't fully trust it, but it does work. So here, now you can kind of see the rake, I think. I think somebody was asking what the rake was. Get you down there. Whoop, it won't actually let me get down further. Well, anyways, it's low. It literally looks like, whoa. I mean, there's like, you want to talk about ground clearance? Like, I mean, that's it. That's how much the front suspension moves. You know what I mean? I think that's actually perfect. Now, if I tighten up these springs, that will definitely, in my opinion, that will actually help that front end. You know, tighten up the springs a little bit. It'll give it just a touch more height. Like, I mean, we're talking so minimal that it really won't matter. You know what I'm saying? But what I want to do is I want to start Wow, look at that. Check that out. Look at that. You see that screw right there? I don't know if anybody saw that. I just saw it right now. Look at that screw right there just hanging out in the open. Looks like I might need to put some, thread lock on there or what? Check that out. And yeah, this is one of those red cats that uses, look at that. Are you kidding me? So that thing must have vibrated out. But we're going to end up taking that, we're going to take this out anyway. Because we got to take off this center brace. We'll end up taking off the back section here. I just want to access whatever this center diff is. See exactly what it is. See if it's actually something that's disconnected or what? Because that's I don't know. I don't know. I really don't know what this thing is running in here. So we're gonna take off this. Like I said, we're gonna take off the center, and we'll remount the ESC because obviously the ESC's just been flopping in the wind as well. But I want to give myself some room, so I'm gonna go after these Phillips screws right now. The ones that are just holding in the battery tray, which is just these two here. I think I should get a real screwdriver. And the other thing I think I may do, right, because the way this battery tray is, you can see that it's bumped up. So what I'm thinking I'm going to do is I'm going to take a drill. I'm going to drill these holes out with whatever size drill bit that is, and then mount this battery tray further down just to keep things, I don't know, get things as low as they can go. I mean, why not? Why not just break those off and cut them off or whatever, and then just remount them, you know? So now we're going to go after, looks like this little antenna thing here. I don't even know where my magnets are. Gotta get my magnets. But I feel like this should work, you know, as a drag car, you know. I feel like it will, you know. I mean, I don't know, you know, you know. So I'm just gonna take, like I said, this little center brace off. My intention right now is to disconnect everything that's in this front end. Like, there's so many things that we could do. We could take apart this diff, take all the internals and everything out of here, just to, you know, keep the weight down while we still have a way to connect everything. So that's kind of my, like I said, that's just my intent with this thing, is just to try to turn it into something real, you know, something that would be a good starting point, you know. And I think the screw on the bottom is spinning. And yeah, there's going to be chassis flex and, you know, all that junk, but this is just, you know, like I said, this is just the beginning. I got to do something here. Why isn't that funny? How does that come off? Oh, so that's not how it comes off. So it's actually bolted down. All right, let's try this again. Looks like the way this is it actually has like a little adjuster, I think. Yeah, all right, I see. So that actually can stay in place. What I need these right here to grab that little collar and hold that in place while I tighten this down, back down, right? Why is that coming off like that? Why is that not making sense here? It's already not making sense. Let's see. get in there and hold that. That should, there we go. Right? Nah, it's still not coming off. What the heck? Why is that just spinning like that? Alright, well maybe I am taking that off. Doesn't make any sense. It should be like a rod. It should be like it should be like one of those stands. Alright, well it looks like it's all gonna come off as one piece right now. I think that I think the standoff that thing rides on is obviously loose. Looks like probably the bottom one is too. Let's see. Go after some more screws in the back here. Bring it right in there. Now, let's see. I think I am going to need like a real screwdriver. Now these are a fine thread. So these are going into metal. Oh, and that one's loose. So it's kind of good I'm taking this thing apart right now. Some of these things were loose. I'm going to go after, right now, I'm going to go after the wing support that I've got here. Because I want to pull this off and get it out of here for now. Almost seems like these might be these guys right here. Can't tell if that's Phillips or what. See, this one's a regular one. This one's a metric. This is not going to be the same as like if you've got one. This is definitely not going to be the same setup. Yeah. I think these upper ones are Phillips. They're really impacted with dirt. There might be a smaller. No, it's not that. It's not that. Might be this one. Oh, okay. I guess they weren't. I guess they are Allen. I didn't think they were. Alright, so they're just not even going to come off for me. Let's see, is that going to come off now? Of course not. I want to snap it off. But it's not cooperating here. Let's see. This is where those picks would come in handy right now, I think. There we go. COVID-19 love bug. You want to do a drag build by sending a car around to a bunch of YouTubers and add parts to it to see how it comes out. A COVID-19 drag build sounds fun. Here you go. Oh yeah, don't forget to hit that thumbs up while you're here. I don't know if anybody said that. So obviously when you do like one of these things, you don't see anybody, or at least I'm trying to pay attention in chat here. I think I'm good. Nobody's talking to me. It works out perfect. All right. So now I'll pop these off to get a look at the spur and pinion. Look at that, a Metal Gear. Is that like a direct drive? Oh, that might be a spool. Oh, no way. It's a spool. Oh, I was thinking it was, or should I say I was hoping it was. That is a spool, technically. Yes. I should have known that's what it was. This just made this absolutely, I think, perfect. Just finding that out right there, for me, I think just made this, it just made this build for me. That is sweet. Oh, that's awesome. Wow. And check it out. Remember how I was like telling somebody on the last thing, once I get that damn screw out of there. Oh, this is going to be, this just made me happy. I had a feeling it was, but I just didn't want to say it, but I had a feeling it was a spool. Or at least, you know, a solid, more of a direct drive. Oh, this is going to be awesome. You can hear the excitement in my voice. Take that out of here. But I wanted to show people something right now. All right, see how I'm taking this little brace off the center spine? Right? Do you see that right there? Do you see that silver on there? I think you can see the silver, right? The little glistening right here. It's not a joint. That is literally the antenna. Look at it. Look at that. The antenna is actually rubbed. There's actually a break in the antenna. Check that out. That's where the antenna was rubbing off. There is a groove. You have got to be kidding me. There actually is a groove. Wow! Are you kidding me? Oh my God. Holy crap. So the antenna was pretty much rubbing a groove in that center shaft. In that drive shaft. That's nuts. Now I just want to take this out of here just because now I want to get it out of here. Almost looks like this. It's like too much. It's too much to get at. Wish there was a way to pull that through, but I don't think that will pull through. Yeah, it's not going to pull through. Damn it. But check that out. Just from the antenna. It's not broken. But it is worn right to the wire. Right to the inner antenna wire on that receiver. That's nuts. I swear to God, that's like a... It's almost like a 0.5 millimeter that it's rubbed through. Wow. Still psyched, though. I am psyched for that right there. Holy crap, this literally changes everything. The heck was this piece? This like a guard? Right there? Yeah. No. What is that? Oh, it's a guard for the other side. I think. Is that a guard for the other side? Must be. Well, anyways, awesome. Totally, totally awesome. You can hear it in my voice. What do I say? That's mint. That really is mint, though. That is going to make this thing awesome, I hope. Definitely, definitely psyched. Now I'm going to get in here with my little cutters here. See if I can hold on to that. So I can pop this little screw here. There we go. Got the little center brace off. Now I can figure out what's going on with this. Why that standoff piece wasn't very standoffish here. All right. So now we can do some more investigating here. I'm going to take off this whole front end. Just so I can get to taking the gears out. We don't need any gears in this thing anymore. And technically, if this front diff, because this is the way Red Cat is, this front diff is going to be my spare parts for the rear diff when I explode it. Because you know that's going to happen. Oh, you have no idea how psyched I am. You just don't get it. This is actually cool. That for a budget, a budget drag kind of fake build, this is going to be mint. Oh, I can't say it I can't be any happier. Well, I mean, I could be happier. And like I said, I'm still holding true to only using these Harbor Freight pieces, the Harbor Freight tools that I bought to, working on these cars. Now, see, that's what I don't want to do. I don't want to wreck stuff here. So let's see, how can I take that off? Pop it off the servo, I guess, first. I do have the tool, I just don't know where it is right now. So maybe I can just use my cutters. Kind of pop that right off the servo. Come on, get off. There we go. Cool. Front end, release the Kraken. So this will also get me to access, little parts and stuff. So now I'm seeing why that was like that. And this only uses bushings instead of bearings. So it's kind of good to get in here right now and take care of all that. But look at that. Look at that drive shaft. That has got a wear mark. And that's real. That is a real... Put a straight edge up against it. Not the best straight edge. But you can see the gap. Now you can't see the gap, can you? Oh, whatever, there's a gap. Oh, that's nuts. Get some paper towels here. Clean this off. Got to get all this stuff out of here. This is all weight savings here. Just kidding. This is literally, you have no idea. You don't get it. Like this, see right here? See the smile on my face right here? I'm almost in tears here. No, I just like, this is awesome. This is going to turn out better than I had anticipated. Like, Red Cat Tornado being turned into my first little drag build. Nothing wrong with that, right? Back you off so you can get, the scope of what's going on here. I gotta remember what part's for what. I know that goes for there. This goes for that. I'll reinstall that piece right there with a little thread lock, and I'll do the same thing for the other side. Seeing that that's the way that is, I just want to make sure that these don't come off. So I'm going to pop this out for now. Ooh, that's actually already tight. Maybe I shouldn't mess with that. Yeah, you know what? Now that I messed with it, now I got to really mess with it. So I grab it by the center. Break it free. I am going to put some thread lock in that. That way it doesn't come apart with the massive amounts of speed we're going to be ripping this thing. So put a little thread lock in the hole there, just like that. Give it a clamp. Just give it a tweak by hand. Just like that. Do the same thing for this one, but we'll clean this one up first. Drop a little thread lock in there. Just like that. We'll get the right screw, which, what did I do with it? Where did that screw go? Am I already missing screws already, huh? Awesome. Where's the screw? Oh no. Did I really lose the screw? Oh, here it is. It's on the magnet. Put this piece in place. Cool, here we go. Leave that alone. So now we know that's good. Now we're just going to drag in the differential. And I want to separate this front suspension from the diff, which is what is holding it in, meaning I just want to take apart. Basically, it's the front upper links are connected to the differential, and it's connected in two ways. So you've got 4 screws. You got 2 on each side. You got one that's actually going through the front half of the differential back into the back half, which I think that's like a cover, but I want to take the whole thing out anyway, because it's still part of the car. You know what I mean? It's part of the front suspension. So I'll just take out these lower screws here. Earl, for some reason, I'll just let that, I don't know why it's blocking you. Probably because it was like a link or something. I just noticed. Got 2 upper screws, which basically just go through the shock mount and into the back half of the front diff. Now this should just pull away, and now I should be able to just pull this transmission right out of here. Here we go. Got the tranny out, or front diff. Be good to know how much non-fluid there is in this front diff. This thing has never been taken apart since I've owned it. So, granted, you don't really need to clean it before you take it apart, at least in my situation, but I'm going to do that anyway. This has got some weight to it, you know? So pulling this apart, looks like it should literally just pull apart right now. Because I took out 1, 2 upper screws, and looks like this one bottom screw needs to come out to pull this diff apart. Now remember, I'm going to keep these gears because these gears and this whole, basically this whole centerpiece is reusable for the rear end. Because with Red Cat, pretty sure it's literally it's literally the same exact piece. So when you look at this front piece and you look at the back, it's right like that. So it's literally like a drop in, right? See? It's the same exact damn thing. So I'm going to go grab a couple paper towels just to kind of keep things clean here. Should open up the windows in your room, Sam. Get some of this nice fresh air in. It's awesome outside. Perfect day to be doing this out here. So we've got a little dish right here. This is just for some of these screws. I'll figure it out later, what goes to what. Although, what the heck did that go to? So here's it. Oh, that's the antenna. And see, there's one of those little drive shaft chatter reducers, so that you get a little bit of you get less I guess drive shaft or whatever chatter. They put these little O-rings inside the cups. So we got that there. We got a nut plate. Or actually, we should get a paper towel. Paper towel here to open our diff case. That screw is already gone out of there, which I think was like this one. Again, not that it matters. But let's just crack this thing open and get these parts out of here. Ah, you know what? Not too bad on the grease. That actually isn't too bad on the grease. I don't know if you can see that. See inside there? For Red Cat, that's actually not too shabby. That's plenty of grease. Come on, focus on here. I think the sunlight's killing it, huh? Well, anyways, that's plenty of grease. So this whole unit, just pop it right out. We'll end up cleaning all this stuff out. You got a nice little E-clip in there that's holding this whole piece in. I could probably leave that in there just to keep things sealed up, but not really. It won't matter because it's going to be a wide open hole anyway. So I'm going to pop out that little clip. I'm just going to use my screwdriver, get in there, get a hold of that little clip, cover it up so it doesn't, like, you know, blow out into the road. Just pop that clip right off. Put that right there. Or right there, whatever. We'll now be able to pull this whole thing out. That gear will pop out with its bearing, or whatever. That's this bearing. Bearings are still stuck in there. Pop the bearings out nice and easy. Don't apply too much pressure on these things. Just work them out nice and easy. Side to side. Pop the bearing out. Go after the other side, same thing, nice and easy. Just give it like a little tap. Tap the other side, nice and easy. That bearing will pop out nice. So there's our bearing pieces. There's our kind of pinion gear, you call that, because obviously that's the ring gear. And then there's our extra pieces, shafts and all kinds of stuff. So for now, I think I will just reassemble this as a unit, just to keep everything together. Put that gear on there. We'll take that little E-clip, put that back in place. Hopefully it doesn't fire off into the lawn somewhere. Get my little pliers here. And carefully snap that in place. And that way, at least this stays together as a unit. Now take our paper towel and just clean out the grease. What I should do is figure out a way to block this off. But I suppose it won't matter. It's not like I'm going to be ripping this thing in sand. But obviously you know this will be a catch-all for debris getting in there. Even running on the road, you'll still get debris. You'll get debris. So I got that half of the case cleaned out. This is the side of the case that will kind of be a pain because this is where the bearing pockets are. For that, there's plenty of grease in this. That's actually really surprising for Red Cat. I like that. So for this Red Cat Tornado, they put plenty of grease in here. This is actually very good to see. Look at that. Never having taken this thing apart. That is mint. Paper towels are your friend. I think Earl was saying that this stuff is silver. So get your silver bars. Take your silver bars and clean out these pockets with these silver bars that we got here. Now, the right thing to do would probably take some brake clean or carb cleaner and just really quickly clean the rest of the grease out of here. But I think we're good. So there we go. Nice empty diff case. Clean it up a little bit more. That side right there. Spare parts are always good. Put that diff case together nice and empty. Get another couple of pieces of silver here. Silver bars. All right. So I'm gonna put that lower screw back in just to keep this diff case together. I believe it was this screw. I think. Looks like it fits. Oh, you gotta come out and get some vitamin D? Nice. Lower screw. So I'll keep this out of the way. Get in here and we can start cleaning some of this stuff off. Just debris and, you know, from the diff housing, just, you know, eventually leaching dirt and stuff or oils onto this area. Clean all this out of here. Get all nice and clean. Get these little dog bones out of here. We don't need the dog bones anymore. Throw this diff case back in, which way did it go? This way, I think, yeah. Kind of fits like in a little pocket, right like that. Get that front suspension, oops. I guess that was the wrong screw. Because it didn't go anywhere. So let's get the right screw for that. Oh, that was a long screw. Must have been like that one right there. Make sure you use the right screws. That's more like it. Now we'll throw this back in where it's supposed to go. Kind of sits in its little channel right there. Put that shock tower into place. Get two of these longer screws, which are right there. there, and there. Countersunk ones are the lowers. And we got the uppers. Just in time for the trash guy to come. So there's our front end. We gutted out the front transfer case. I mean the front diff case. That's all gutted out. Now we can go ahead and reinstall it back onto the chassis. I'm going to lubricate these bushings, or at least these shafts right now. Remember, don't use your fingers for all this oil stuff. Slide these little servo. It's not really servo saver either. It's just servo. Well, it is kind of a servo saver, but throw that into place. We'll tie in that front end now to the underneath portion of the chassis, which were those longer screws. 4 long screws right here. Just get you a little bit closer. The money truck? No, it's definitely not a money truck. That's the trash truck. Alright. Get my fingers out of here. The stream definitely looks a lot better. Boy, you can't even see nothing. Sunlight's just totally blowing it out, isn't it? Maybe if I move it into the sunlight, does that work better? Seems like the sunlight's just killing it. Yeah, maybe like that. I don't know. All right. Now we've got that little front bumper support bracket piece here. We'll clean off the sand and grease off of that. That just slides right into place like that. I think that was a couple shorty screws. Looks about right because they looks like they grinded from the sand. So these look like they're the right ones. Another little shorty screw. I'm just going to give it a tweak here by hand. There we go. We lost a couple pounds here. Now, take this brace, clean the brace up. Maybe look at the area where our ESC is. Mesh is pretty good. Red Cat did a good job with this thing. And that rear diff, that's got some good fluid inside that rear diff. Granted, it's not, it's not, 100% locked up, but doesn't feel too bad. I mean, look at, you got that other wheel, pretty much that other wheel almost turning, so it'll be good, I guess as a starting point. And what I could do is I could always take this one apart and maybe, like, because we can't get any more 20 million because of Earl, I'll have to get some earplugs. God damn you, Earl. But this ESC definitely needs to be tossed back down on there. So, gotta scrape off. Let's see how they get this thing in here. Can scrape off the old stickum here. Race truck. I should be yelling at these people. Look at all these cars here. Look at all these people. It's giving you some heat, Earl. I'm going to get a little of my cleaner. I'll clean this up. Clean up the chassis a little bit. Put some new double-sided sticky tape on there. They actually used a wire tie, which is kind of funny. They actually used a wire tie. Like a regular, like, sandwich bread wire tie. To tie the wires together. So, we'll get that out of the way for now. We'll clean up this little area right here for the ESC. Sticky tape, you know it. Sticky tape, zippy tie. You know it, guy. Gotta get out the sticky tape and the zippy ties. Aren't you sitting on like a cushion or something? So we got this stuff right here. This stuff will clean it up nice. It's just a lacquer thinner. Make sure you wear gloves. Looks like I'm actually out of sticky tape. I've got this right here, which is from my Kyosho Tomahawk. So I'll just end up using this. Didn't really stick very good to the center anyway. So make sure if you're using any kind of solvents or anything, make sure you wear gloves. We're going to just wet this real quick, like that. I'll wipe down the bottom of that ESC, just like that. Yeah, see all that junk on there? And we'll wipe down this area, just like that, clean it up nice. See? Got all that junk that came off of there. Make sure you wear gloves. Perfect. All right. Now I need scissors. Cut that. We got our stick tape here. Pretty much want to go like that right there. Cut that off without cutting my fingers off. And then line it up. So we cut the same size on the other side. Yeah, you see that? I did that on purpose. That's a professional here. All right, now peel off the red side first because it's harder to get off, if it can. Come on. There we go. Now just peel it off. Very carefully settle it down and in. is where alignment is key. And somewhat like that. That should be good. That ESC shouldn't go anywhere now. Now I'm going to take these wires and wrap these wires back up because they actually had done a pretty good job of keeping these nice and tight with that little tie thing, which wherever that is right here. Little bread tie. Wrap these wires back up, keep them nice and tight. Something like that, maybe. Looks good. Now, I am going to put a little, I don't want to kill myself here, a little drop of oil on there. What I don't want it to do is obviously don't want it to go down and inside the screw hole, because we're obviously going to Loctite that. Right, there we go. Snap this back on. Actually got a tool to do that, but I don't know where it is. Look at that, huh? Nice free spinning. All right. Now where are we? Guess I should make sure that the no, it's nice and tight. Yeah, just make sure that things are tight while we're right here. Back end was a little loose. Here we go. So we're getting there. Really slowly, but we're getting there. Like I said, just a fake, fake drag car build, kind of, sort of, But everything seems to be working out, I think that's the important part, is that turning something that, wasn't, drag car-ish into something different, So I guess we can go ahead and put this little piece back on here. Can't remember if the, I think this brace went on first, didn't it? Yeah, it did. So we'll attach this brace. Just like that. We had a nylock on this side holding that down. My buddy with his vet again. And then we had a machine screw on this side, which was, I think, this one. Or this one. Machine screw right here. I am going to put a little bit of thread lock on this screw so we don't have an issue again. And then even though this is going down into plastic, I think I actually do want to thread lock this, even though it's going into plastic. A lot of people are like, oh, but it's going into plastic, but why not? You know what I mean? What's it gonna hurt? You know? If anything, hopefully it will just kind of just keep things locked, is my theory. Were those machine screws? Nah, they weren't, right? No. They were regular. And then on this back side, get to this back side here. 2 machine screws, 1 on each side, which are these right here. I'll do the thread lock. Drip it right into there. That. Same thing right there. Actually, no, not yet. I gotta put that plastic on, don't I? Because these went through with this. So this needs to go on. The little cover. And how did this cover go on? I think it went on like that, right? Something like that, maybe? Or this way. Go that way? Nah. How'd this go on here? Ah, like that, I think. Yeah, there we go. So that went like that. And this other piece kind of maneuvered in there somehow. Like that. Yeah, there we go. I think that's the way it was. Yeah, had to have been. Now we can put these screws in. That makes more sense. Now, a couple more screws. These longer, larger cap screws for the back side. I'll do the same thing. A little drip, a little drip. Tom Tisms, what's going on, man? Thank you for coming by. I know I haven't been paying attention to the chat. It's really hard when you're doing like a build. But like I said, man, thank you for coming by. Looks like I need this other screw here. Do the same thing. The antenna connected onto something here somehow. So that must have been like that. Antenna came through somewhere here. Maybe like that. Yeah, something like that. So I'll feed this antenna down here. Bring it up. Larry Mitchell guy, what is happening with you, sir? Thank you for that. I did put thread lock in there, didn't I? It's gonna do it anyway. Now, wherever my antenna tube is, which I don't know where the antenna tube is. Here. Now there won't be any issues with this antenna. You stick that right down the bottom just like that. That's mint. Probably be better if it goes like that somehow. I gotta say, that's actually sweet. I'm very surprised that this is actually turning out the way it is. I guess we could throw in the battery tray now. I'll leave it as is instead of chopping it down. I'll leave it as is for now. Or should I just chop it now? If I take a drill bit and I run it into that hole, find the right size. I can run it into that hole real quick, then snap these off, but you know what, maybe I'll just leave it. I'll leave it as is for now. We'll just see what happens. So this tray is in here like this. Need these two screws here. Another screw on this back side here. Whoop. And pretty much, I think that's literally it. We're done. We are done, in my opinion, with converting this to some form of a drag car. You know, it's not what it's designed for, but what the heck, you know? I got an extra screw somehow. What the heck is this extra screw from? Why do I have an extra screw? And it's a pretty wide head too, so... Oh, no, right here. So it's not extra. Actually goes right here. That's not too bad, man. ESC is in place. Everything's nice and solid. We took out that center drive shaft, realized that this was technically like a spool. It's just basically a locked up spur gear. We now have spare parts for the rear transmission, or the rear, keep calling it transmission, but we now have spare parts in case this blows up. We even have spare dog bones. So we got spare dog bones, we got spare everything. So this is actually working out, like I said, a heck of a lot better than I thought it would. Now we can go ahead and reinstall the rear wing, which I thought it was Phillips, but they're not. So we'll reinstall this rear wing on here, or this support. And then we'll probably just end up ending this live stream because it literally will be done. The Red Cat Racing Tornado conversion is literally done. Other than changing these out to DB Hoons. Couple more screws on this bottom here. There we go. Wing mounts on. Everything's nice and tight. Everything's all Loctited. What else do I say other than I was very surprised this went, I guess, as smooth as it did. Throw this bug body back on here. Oh, this thing's hot. Toss the wing on. Just for show. Front body pin. Pop that up. Throw the battery strap thing in there. And why is it buffered? Seems like it's buffering. There we go. It's back. Why does it do that? It's back. Why does it do that? Well, there we go. So here is our bug build. And that's a heck of a lot lighter in that front end now. Now the front is nice and free. No drivetrain loss on that section right there. Obviously, these front wheels are now free spinning, which is definitely going to help. I guess you want to say the speed of this little buggy. We are, because of those front wheels, we are definitely now slammed on the front there. That's pretty much what we've got for suspension in the front. I'll probably tighten it up a little bit, just so we don't get any, or at least too much scraping on this bottom. But yeah, we'll just tighten that front end up. We'll bring these springs down. Kind of be even-ish. I think somewhere around there. Here we go. I think that's the ticket, man. Might have to give it a little bit of height because literally, in order to see, you know, how much clearance we have, we literally have nothing. If anything, it's almost as if these tabs right here, which are the suspension limit, travel limit little pieces, which this thing doesn't have. Yeah, that's literally like what we've got for. That's literally what we've got for suspension travel. That's pretty good. Just enough to give it, like, you know, not bounce, but man, that actually that might have to go up just a touch. Might be changing those shock positions again. We'll see. If anything, what I could probably do is just take it out of this this outer hole and then stick it on the inner hole, and that will probably give me exactly what I need for height. But we'll rip it like this today. We're gonna give it a shot. This is my DragBug, modified, I guess, right? So we took a Red Cat Racing Tornado EPX or EXP, whatever it is, and we turned it into the redneck DragBug. You know, it's not too shabby, you know. Even with the rear end, you know, having some height, you know, it's not too bad, I guess. I think I'd like to see it a little bit flatter on the suspension. If I could get that down a little bit further, you know, we'll see. Maybe put in like a shorter shock. That way we'll keep those dog bones more straight. But they're pretty close to being straight right now. So when I compress this rear end, like right there, those dog bones are straight. So we are only talking like a 1/4 inch, maybe 3/8 of an inch of travel to where those dog bones are then straight. But who knows? Maybe that will help. You know, maybe that will help with launch. I don't know. I have no idea. This is not a car that, you know, I mean, you know, this was not a car that was designed to do this. And this is, I guess, what's cool about the RC hobby, just like working on regular cars. It's the same thing, but obviously way easier kind of to deal with. But what are we looking at for time? We're literally coming up on 12 o'clock. So we just did a 2-hour live conversion of the Red Cat Racing Tornado EPX, I think it's called, Pro, which all that means is that it was a brushless, 4-wheel drive, like, buggy that kind of converted into a redneck DragBug. You can't go wrong. I mean, am I going to have to figure out a wheelie bar after what I just did? I don't think the motor's got, you know, what it takes, but we'll see. 3S, we cut some weight. We lost some drivetrain drag. We took out that center drive shaft, which literally has a groove cut into it from the antenna for the receiver. That's literally a groove that's cut into this aluminum drive shaft. So if you've got one of these Red Cat Racing Tornadoes, you might want to watch that. I'm not sure what we can use this piece of aluminum for, but it's a straight piece of aluminum. You can cut off the ends, drill it out, turn it into something. Drill it, tap it. I don't know. Maybe just put it on the wall of shame. Technically not even part of the wall of shame. But yeah, we're going to rip this thing today on 3S. Right out there, right on my straight road. So I think this is where we're probably going to end the chat. Big Mac, oh, Big Kahuna RC. What's going on, guy? So who do we got here? Tom Tisms took off. Larry Mitchell, thank you, sir, very much for that cup of coffee. I got a cup of coffee right here, brother. Definitely going to the bug fund, man. The DragBug. Got to figure out a wheelie bar. Probably won't wheelie, but figure one out anyway. I want to fabricate one. Can't be hard, man. Because think about it. I've got plenty of locations on here where I can figure something out. You know? I got a 3D printer and I just got regular metal and I can just bend up something to go on the bottom here. Attach it to the, lower half of the chassis or something. Have it come out. And then I've obviously got, the wing mount right here that I can, get longer screws and attach more metal and then put a wheel on the end of it. I'm sure I can figure it out. We got some wheelie bar wheels right here. I don't know. It's not going to need a wheelie bar, but I think just for the look of it. We'll see. Wouldn't it be a riot if this thing literally needs a wheelie bar? If it had that much torque, then the battery's pretty heavy. But, yeah, I don't know. We'll charge up my... This is a 2S. This is a 2S Zop pop pack. We'll charge this thing up. This is my void pack from 519. This blew up, I don't know. Pretty close to almost a year ago. I just put tape and stuff around it. Took the puff out. It seems to work. Alright, so who was here today? We're pretty much just going to end this live stream where it is. This was James George, just finished. Nice! You just finished wrenching on your DB Pro. Awesome. Going to go out for a ticket for a test ride. That's awesome. So I'm just going to read through who was here. We had James George, Big Kahuna RC, Larry Mitchell. Thank you for that super chat, sir. It is going to the Drag Fund. The Drag Fund. That's what it's going to be. Tom Tisms, yep. Earl Moorhead was here. RC Will Hobby Bullet was here. We have Jose Angel was here. Or it could be Josie, but I think it's Jose. Who else we got here? Oh, Jose is actually from Spain. Or Josie. I think it's Jose. Earl Moorhead was here. A lot of things were going... Yeah, wind chimes. A lot of things were going down here. Chad Hartsley was here. Or Hartsey. Hartsey was here. Who else? Trash truck makes billions. Right, it does too. Bill Perry was here. What's going on, Bill? I'm not sure if you're still here. But just another COVID and coffee episode. Lucky number 13. I hope that's not a jinx. Because it's episode 13, and we just converted this thing into an all-out drag car. So I think I'm actually going to have to put number 13 on here then. Yeah, I think that's how it works, right? DragBug 13. Even though my favorite number is 69. But I think we'll just leave it as that. Number 13, it's the unlucky DragBug. I think that's it right there. We have no name for it, it's just a DragBug. Number 13, DragBug 13. Who else do we have here? Bill Perry, I think I said hello. Big Mac was here. Who else is here? Barbecue. RC you next Tuesday was here. Obviously, RC Master was here. Earl Moorhead teasing me with a Primal Dragster. Phoenix RC was here. Sorry, I didn't see you, man. That's what happens. DO was here. And RC Sick. I think that's about it. But that rear diff actually seems like it's barely locked up, so we'll see. We'll see what this thing does. Obviously, if it doesn't launch straight, then we know, or at least the assumption would be that we're getting one wheel breaking loose more than the other if this thing doesn't launch straight. So that's when we'll get into the diff. And like I said, if it does not launch straight, I've got this differential right here that I can take apart and basically get this thing prepped with earplugs, thanks to Earl here. Thanks to Earl for taking what was left in stock for 20 mil. Who else was here? I think that's about it. I literally think that's about it. Again, another good live stream. I had fun. Hopefully you guys did. I am point blank running out of ideas for this live stream, COVID and coffee. It's almost like it's going to have to be updates or something, because I don't know what else I could do. I do have a video, actually. It's supposed to be going out right now. Actually, let's check on that. How about that? I forgot all about it. Where is it? All right, so I'm going to go into the studio, right? And yeah, right there. So the next video that's coming out is actually that one right there. It's kind of been waiting for a little while. I'm gonna do it right now. I'm gonna go into edit, and then obviously, you can see it's obviously set to private. That's the picture that they're saying that to go with, but we're not gonna do that. So I'm gonna change that. I'm gonna go to here. Let's get you in here so you can see exactly what I go through here. You can see what I go through. All right. Why is the thing going down again? All right. So this is pretty much what I go through every single time. I do actually a lot of stuff on mobile. Obviously not the editing, but I do like the thumbnails and stuff. So I go to custom thumbnail, and I should already have one all ready to go, which looks like I don't. All right, well, I guess I'm going to have to make I thought I had one ready to go. All right, well, never mind. I thought I had one. Well, let's see what they have in mind. See, all they have in mind are those junk ones. That's not going to work. All right, so I guess I got to make a custom thumbnail. Well, anyways, like I keep saying, if you like these episodes from RC Guy Garage, you already know what to do. So do it. If you're not a subscriber, subscribe to the channel. Throw a thumbs up on this COVID and coffee. Throw a thumbs up on videos that, come from my channel. Because all it does is it point blank, like I keep saying, like a broken record. It just tells YouTube that, hey, this guy's all right to watch. And hopefully that's the case. I mean, there's like 21 people here, so hopefully at least 21 people think it's all right. But today on RC Guy Garage, morning COVID and coffee morning check-in, number 13. This is the number 13 lucky bug here. We just converted it into a redneck racing, no prep DragBug. I have no idea what this thing is going to do, if it's going to do anything at all. It should. It should be better than it was. Are you ready? I know I am. So I'm going to be ripping this thing today. So look for the next video, the DragBug video. I think it's probably going to be titled Lucky number 13 DragBug like part 2 or something. I don't know. I have no idea. So anyways, thanks for watching this episode from RC Guy Garage. COVID and coffee morning check-in number 13. And I am out. Sticky's RC. Guy, you show up as I'm leaving. All right. I hope everybody's doing well. We got Charlie came by. Enjoy the show. Keep up the great work. Thank you, sir. We're out of here. I'm going to charge up a couple of batteries, and we're going to rip this thing. We're going to see what this thing can do. We're going to rip it on 2S, and then we'll rip it on 3S, and we'll see if it launches straight. Right now, that's all I'm concerned about. I am only concerned about whether this thing launches straight. And who knows? What would be really cool is if this thing did a wheelie. We are going to be converting over to these wheels right here. This is what I plan on running for the back of this car. These are Debuttunes. These are obviously my burned out, semi-burned out, burnout tires that I, burned out on my Mojave. So I've got new hoons coming. Also, I might take a quick rip down to Reckless Hobbies in Wareham and pick up some hoons today, just so that I can actually have a set like right now. So, yeah, we're just gonna end this on this bug. I don't have anything else to say other than, like I usually say, all this COVID. Maintain that social distance if you have to. Don't go visiting nursing homes or your grandparents. Don't go into their houses. Stay safe. Keep your hands washed. Wear a mask if you have to. Keep your distance, like I just said. But thank those essential workers. That's a big thing. And you know who I'm talking about. Talking about, the people that are like right at what they call those front lines. That's everything from police officers to firemen to grocery store workers. I mean, they're supplying us with the food that we need to eat if you're on lockdown. So say a thanks to them. That actually would probably be appreciated. You know what I'm saying? Truck drivers, same thing. All the people, maybe I'm not thinking about that are essential workers. Everybody from plumbers to electricians, risking kind of their lives, and it's tow truck drivers too. Think about that. Didn't even think about that. But anyways, I'm out of here. So, DragBug thing right here. This was an episode of COVID and Coffee. Gotta learn how to do this better. Let's set this car right here. Get all this garbage out of here. Now I can maybe finally drink what's left of my cold coffee. I'll probably just buzz it in the microwave for like 30 minutes. No, not 30 minutes, 30 seconds. But anyways, like I said, thanks for coming to this COVID and Coffee. I'm out of here. And like I always say, just get out there and rip it. Do I want to end the stream? Yes, I do. Thank you, everybody, for coming. We'll see you later.